Welcome back to Abyss of Crime. Today we delve into a case that intertwines love, betrayal, and an unconventional lifestyle, culminating in a shocking murder that left a community in disbelief. Robert Limon, a beloved family man and dedicated worker, was brutally murdered, sending shockwaves through the town of Tehachapi, California. As the investigation unfolded, a web of deceit emerged, revealing Sabrina Limon, Robert's wife, and her young lover, Jonathan Hearn, at the heart of a sinister plot. Sabrina and Robert's marriage was anything but typical. They embraced a swinging lifestyle, seeking thrills and adventures beyond the conventional bounds of matrimony. However, this seemingly open and adventurous relationship took a dark turn when Sabrina's affair with Jonathan ignited a deadly scheme. What drove these individuals to conspire in such a heinous act? How did their secret lives unravel to expose the depths of their betrayal? Join us as we explore the intricate details of this bewildering case, from the electrifying affair and the sinister murder plot to the intense investigation and dramatic courtroom showdown. This is the story of Sabrina and Robert Limon, a narrative that will leave you questioning the very nature of trust and loyalty. Robert Limon was a man who radiated charisma and warmth, easily winning the affection of those around him. Born and raised in a close-knit community, Robert excelled in his career as a railroad maintenance worker, earning respect for his dedication and strong work ethic. His charm extended beyond his professional life, making him a beloved figure among friends and family. Robert married Sabrina, and together they built a life filled with laughter and adventure, raising 2 children in a loving household. Known for his sense of humor and zest for life, Robert often organized family outings and social gatherings, creating memories that would be cherished by all who knew him. His relationships with friends were marked by loyalty and camaraderie, often described as the glue that held his social circle together. Tragically, this vibrant life would be cut short, leaving an indelible void in the hearts of those who loved him. Sabrina Limon, born Sabrina Perez, grew up in a modest household in Southern California. Her upbringing was marked by traditional values and a close family bond. Sabrina was a bright student, excelling in her studies and participating in various extracurricular activities. Her early years were shaped by a strong sense of community and the importance of family, which she carried into her adult life. After high school, Sabrina pursued a career in the medical field, working as a dental assistant. Her nurturing nature and warm personality made her well-suited for the role, earning her the admiration of colleagues and patients alike. Sabrina's formative experiences instilled in her a desire for stability and connection, traits that would later influence her decisions in her personal life. However, beneath the surface, there were complexities and desires that would eventually lead her down a dark and twisted path. Sabrina and Robert Limon's love story began like a fairy tale. They met through mutual friends, and their connection was instantaneous. Robert's charismatic personality and Sabrina's nurturing nature complemented each other perfectly, creating a bond that seemed unbreakable. Their courtship was filled with romantic gestures and shared dreams, culminating in a beautiful wedding that marked the beginning of their life together. As newlyweds, Sabrina and Robert embraced their roles as partners and parents, raising 2 children in a loving and adventurous household. They were known for their vibrant social life, often hosting gatherings and participating in community events. Their relationship appeared to be a perfect blend of love, friendship, and mutual respect. However, beneath the surface, the couple sought excitement beyond the conventional boundaries of marriage. They ventured into the swinging lifestyle, exploring new experiences and relationships with other couples. This unconventional choice added a layer of complexity to their bond, introducing elements of thrill and risk. While their love for each other remained strong, the dynamics of their relationship began to shift, setting the stage for unforeseen consequences that would ultimately lead to tragedy. Sabrina and Robert Limon's marriage, while deeply rooted in love and mutual respect, took an unconventional turn when they embraced the swinging lifestyle. Introduced to this world by friends, they found the idea of exploring new relationships and experiences intriguing. The lifestyle offered them a sense of adventure and excitement, breaking the monotony of everyday life. The couple attended swinger parties and engaged with other like-minded individuals, establishing connections that ranged from casual encounters to more meaningful relationships. For Robert, the lifestyle was a thrilling extension of his vivacious personality. He enjoyed the social interactions and the freedom it afforded them. Sabrina, though initially hesitant, found herself drawn to the excitement and the new dimensions it brought to their marriage. Their experiences in the swinging community were varied. Some encounters strengthened their bond as they navigated the complexities together, reaffirming their commitment to each other. However, the lifestyle also introduced challenges, as jealousy and emotional entanglements occasionally surfaced. Despite these hurdles, Sabrina and Robert continued to participate, believing that their love was strong enough to withstand any complications. The swinging lifestyle became an integral part of their identity as a couple, influencing their interactions and relationships with others. It was within this context of exploration and complexity that Sabrina met Jonathan Hearn, a young firefighter whose presence would soon disrupt the delicate balance of their lives. The excitement and freedom they sought in the swinging world would ultimately lead to a darker, more sinister turn of events, forever altering their lives and those around them. Sabrina Limon's affair with Jonathan Hearn began as a clandestine and emotionally charged relationship that quickly spiraled into dangerous territory. Jonathan, a young and charismatic firefighter, exuded a charm that captivated Sabrina from their very first encounter. Their paths crossed through mutual acquaintances within the swinging community, and an immediate connection was undeniable. What started as innocent flirtation soon evolved into secret meetings and passionate encounters. Sabrina found herself drawn to Jonathan's youthful energy and the thrill of their forbidden romance. The affair provided an escape from the complexities of her marriage and the routine of her daily life. Jonathan, equally enamored, saw Sabrina as a mature and alluring figure, offering him a sense of excitement and adventure. Their relationship was marked by intense emotions and a sense of urgency as they navigated the risks of secrecy and deception. They communicated through covert messages and rendezvoused in hidden locations, fueling the intensity of their bond. The affair began to consume Sabrina, creating a rift between her and Robert, whose trust and love for his wife remained unwavering. The impact on Sabrina's marriage was profound. The once solid foundation began to crumble under the weight of lies and betrayal. Robert, unaware of the affair, noticed changes in Sabrina's behavior, but attributed them to the usual ups and downs of married life. Meanwhile, Sabrina and Jonathan's relationship grew more complex, their emotions intertwined with a sense of danger and the thrill of the forbidden. As their affair deepened, so did the darkness that loomed over their actions, setting the stage for a tragic and sinister turn of events that would forever alter their lives. The murder plot to end Robert Limon's life took shape in the shadows, born from the clandestine meetings and whispered conversations between Sabrina Limon and Jonathan Hearn. Fueled by their intense affair and a shared sense of desperation, they began to devise a plan that would free them from the constraints of Sabrina's marriage. Motivations for the plot were rooted in a complex web of emotions. Sabrina, entangled in her affair with Jonathan, saw the possibility of a new life, free from the complications of her marriage. Jonathan, driven by his love for Sabrina and a desire to protect their secret, became increasingly entangled in the sinister scheme. Their discussions grew darker as they rationalized the unthinkable act of taking Robert's life. The pair met in secret, strategizing and refining their plan. They weighed different methods, considering the potential risks and outcomes. The psychological tension between them was palpable as they oscillated between fear and determination. Their conversations were laced with a chilling resolve, each step bringing them closer to the point of no return. On August 17, 2014, their plan was set into motion. Jonathan, armed with a firearm, was tasked with carrying out the murder. The sense of inevitability hung heavy in the air as they finalized the details. Sabrina, torn between her love for Jonathan and the gravity of their actions, prepared herself for the aftermath. The murder plot, a macabre testament to their twisted bond, would soon culminate in a night of horror and irreversible consequences, forever altering the lives of everyone involved. The night of August 17, 2014, began like any other for Robert Limon. Unbeknownst to him, a sinister plan was unfolding, orchestrated by the very people he trusted most. Robert was working his usual shift at the BNSF railway facility in Tehachapi, California. The facility, typically a place of routine and safety, would soon become the backdrop for a chilling act of violence. As Robert went about his duties, Jonathan Hearn lurked in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Armed with a firearm, Jonathan's heart pounded with a mix of fear and determination. He had rehearsed this moment in his mind countless times, each scenario playing out with a grim sense of inevitability. The weight of his actions bore down on him, but his resolve remained unshaken. Meanwhile, Sabrina, at home with their children, was a bundle of nerves. Her mind raced with thoughts of the plan she and Jonathan had concocted. She knew that by the end of the night, her life would be irrevocably changed. The minutes seemed to stretch into hours as she awaited the fateful news. As the night progressed, Jonathan made his move. He approached Robert under the guise of a casual encounter, engaging him in conversation. The two men, once strangers, now found themselves entangled in a deadly dance. Without warning, Jonathan pulled out the firearm and shot Robert multiple times. The sound of gunfire echoed through the facility, shattering the stillness of the night. Robert, caught off guard, collapsed to the ground, his life slipping away with each passing second. The immediate aftermath was a blur of chaos and confusion. Jonathan, adrenaline coursing through his veins, fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Robert's colleagues, hearing the commotion, rushed to his aid, but it was too late. Robert Limon, a beloved husband and father, lay lifeless on the cold, hard ground. The news of Robert's murder spread quickly, sending shockwaves through the community. Sabrina, upon hearing the confirmation of her husband's death, was consumed by a mix of emotions. Her plan had succeeded, but the reality of the situation weighed heavily on her conscience. She knew that the facade she had maintained would soon crumble, exposing the dark truth behind her actions. The night of the murder marked the beginning of a harrowing journey for all involved. The web of deceit and betrayal had reached its climax, setting the stage for a relentless investigation and a quest for justice. The initial police investigation into Robert Limon's murder was marked by meticulous attention to detail and unwavering determination. Detectives from the Kern County Sheriff's Office arrived at the scene, quickly securing the area and collecting evidence. The brutal nature of the crime and the lack of immediate suspects posed significant challenges, but the investigators were resolute in their pursuit of the truth. The first breakthrough came from the surveillance footage at the railway facility, which captured a shadowy figure fleeing the scene. This crucial piece of evidence provided a starting point for the investigation. Detectives combed through Robert's personal and professional life, interviewing friends, family, and colleagues to uncover any potential motives or suspects. As they delved deeper, inconsistencies in Sabrina Limon's account of the events began to surface. Her behavior and statements raised red flags, prompting investigators to scrutinize her more closely. The discovery of her affair with Jonathan Hearn added a new layer of complexity to the case. Digital forensics played a pivotal role in the investigation. Text messages and phone records between Sabrina and Jonathan painted a damning picture of their relationship and hinted at a possible conspiracy. The painstaking work of law enforcement gradually pieced together the puzzle, leading them closer to the truth and setting the stage for the eventual arrests of Sabrina and Jonathan. The arrests of Sabrina Limon and Jonathan Hearn were dramatic and pivotal moments in the investigation. Armed with mounting evidence, law enforcement moved swiftly to apprehend the suspects. Sabrina was arrested at her home, her facade of innocence crumbling under the weight of the charges against her. Jonathan, too, was taken into custody, his involvement in the murder plot laid bare. The interrogations that followed were intense and revealing. Detectives confronted Sabrina with the evidence, including her affair with Jonathan and the incriminating communications between them. Initially, Sabrina maintained her innocence, but the relentless questioning and the overwhelming evidence began to break down her defenses. Jonathan's interrogation was equally intense. Faced with the gravity of his actions, he struggled to maintain his composure. Detectives pressed him on his relationship with Sabrina and his role in the murder. The psychological pressure mounted, and Jonathan's responses grew increasingly erratic. Key pieces of evidence, such as the text messages and phone records, were instrumental in unraveling the conspiracy. The interrogations revealed the depth of their involvement and the chilling premeditation behind the murder plot. The confessions and admissions obtained during these sessions provided the prosecution with a solid foundation for their case, setting the stage for a dramatic courtroom showdown. The trial of Sabrina Limon and Jonathan Hearn captivated the public, drawing intense media scrutiny. The prosecution laid out a compelling narrative, detailing the affair, the murder plot, and the execution of Robert Limon. Key testimonies from friends, family, and law enforcement, along with digital evidence, painted a damning picture of the defendants. The prosecution argued that Sabrina and Jonathan conspired to murder Robert, motivated by their illicit affair and desire for a new life together. The defense attempted to undermine the prosecution's case, questioning the credibility of the evidence and portraying Jonathan as the sole perpetrator driven by his obsession with Sabrina. After deliberation, the jury found Jonathan Hearn guilty of first-degree murder and Sabrina Limon guilty of being an accessory to murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The sentencing brought a sense of closure. Jonathan was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison, and Sabrina received the same sentence for her involvement. The emotional responses in the courtroom were palpable, as Robert Limon's family and friends expressed relief and sorrow. The sentences brought a sense of justice, but the pain of Robert's absence remained. The Sabrina and Robert Limon case leaves us with profound questions about trust, love, and the lengths individuals will go to pursue their desires. What drives people to such dark decisions, and how can we better understand the complexities of human relationships? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the abyss of crime. As we conclude our exploration of the Sabrina and Robert Limon case, we hope it has illuminated the deeper issues that lurk beneath the surface of society. If this series has captured your interest, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the darkest corners of criminal investigations. Please click the bell icon to ensure you don't miss any updates. Your engagement helps us bring these important stories to light. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep seeking the truth. Goodbye for now.